everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do block 12, which is our last block. And there are 12 blocks of Christmas. And it is actually pretty basic. It's called mini postage stamp. And I just took all the different fabrics. I have 36 different fabrics. They're all 3x3. And I've just pinned them up in twos, and I'm going to sew down it. We're just going to hook them all together, really. So I've done it randomly. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these. Again, they're all 3x3, just put together randomly. I'm going to go ahead and sew them, and I'll be right back then. Okay, I've done them all. Now we're just going to obviously cut them apart. Iron them open, and then we're going to pin them together and make 4 patches. And honestly, it's just going to be random. I cut, as I was making the other blocks, I would cut a block of this out. But then there were several that I didn't use on the quilt, which I'll probably go back and make another one, to tell you the truth. Same blocks, just different fabrics to use up the fabric. Because like I said, I bought this specifically for this, and I just bought all of them because I wanted it to be Christmassy, just all of them. No real pattern, just, I'm not much for patterns if you haven't noticed this. Like, I like the block patterns, but like, I think I would get bored if I tried to make a whole quilt out of the same fabric, same pattern. I mean, of course I'm doing the Harry Potter one, but each block's going to be different. And I didn't get that done for Christmas, so he's okay with it. I'll probably resize some of these blocks and make new videos of it for it. But it'll be the same block, just a different size, and it'll be the Harry Potter one. I apologize if you think that's repetitive, but that's what's going to be probably for January, along with some other things. But it'll give you the same block in a different size. For those of you that don't do quilting math, you might like that. Those that do might not. But I need to get it done. So I'll just give it to him when I am done then. And he'll still love it. It'll still be cold out. I just stopped it to make this because, well, just because. All right. A lot of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm making 4 patches, and then I'm going to hook them together because then it'll be just like the regular blocks. So I'll hook them together in rows. So I'll have 3 rows of 2 blocks, and then I'll just hook my rows together, and it'll be just like the other blocks I do with the have the 3 in it, kind of like the Harry Potter one. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take these, and they're ironed the same way. Not really a problem. I'm just going to slide it back. And I did that with the intention of, I knew I was probably going to have to redo some, re-iron, because I want my fabrics that can be upright or directionally, I want them to be upright. So then I'm just going to, just randomly really, I'm just going to pick ones that, well, just ones. I mean, I'm going to try not to get too many reds together. That was correct to start with. Excuse me. No, it wasn't. Listen to me. Yes, it was. Maybe I shouldn't talk and do this at the same time. I'm just going to pin at the seam, and then I hold it into place. I'm running out of pins. They're all in my other one, my blocks that I need to quilt together. See, I'll try to make sure those don't go together. However, this can. And that's not directional, so I can flip it over. Oh, it was right to start with. I'm doing crazy things. All right. Just have fun with it. Match them up however you want. I have a lot of red. I didn't realize how much red fabric was in, or red was in this Christmas fabric. I mean, obviously it makes sense. I'm not completely delusional. I know red is a Christmas color. It just shocks me. A couple more. This one, I mean, I cut mine as I was going, but it's sort of time consuming. These have to go the right side up. This one does too. That one does. Oh, most of them do. Okay, so this one will match up. Well, I don't really want the two blacks there together. Let's put it down here. I wouldn't take it out if I happen to do that. It's not that big a deal to me. It's just if I can prevent it, I'm gonna. So let's see. We're gonna have to re-iron some of these. Let's put these two together. So perhaps I should have matched them up before I started pinning them. But again, I'm not a perfectionist quilter. And I apologize if you don't like that. We'll do this one. No, we're going to do this one and this one. Oh my. Well, we're not even going to worry about that. I'll just pin it there and then I'll make sure I sew through it the right way. Then we're going to do this one, which lines up correctly. So I'm going to go sew those up and I will be right back. All right, I've sewn together all my 4 patches. Let's cut them apart. Now we just need to lay them out. And this one I will look and see what's, I guess I'll move them around to see what's more pleasing to the eye. But, you know, again, I'm not too picky about it. And anytime somebody picks apart your work, really, it says more about them than it does you. So, don't worry about it. I'm running a little behind. I wanted these blocks all done by now. But it's okay. Had to pick up some, I didn't have to. I did pick up some overtime at work. So it put me a little behind on this, but you know, you guys won't feel it. You'll see them when I wanted to see them anyway, so just puts a little bit of stress on me. But not too much, I'm not worried about it really. Okay, so now we're just gonna lay them out, and I'm just gonna lay them out randomly. Move them around as I want to, I guess. So now what I will do is, like, I don't like how these two seem kind of a lot. So I'm gonna, let's see, what will I move it with? Maybe this one. But then that puts these two colors together. So let's move it here. Move this one. And actually that looks pretty good to me. Like I said, I'm not too picky about it. Yeah, that looks good. I think I'm just going to sew them like that. So I'm going to sew the rows together. So it's these bottom two, these middle two, and these two, just like always. So I'm going to sew those together and I'll be right back. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, so this was my top one, and I ironed my top ones to the outside. I did have to re-iron a little bit there to get them to line up, but not too much. This one's also the outside one, or the bottom one rather. And then this one is to the middle. Doing it this way, you could do it in rows and then alternate the ironing each row, one to the left, the next to the right, but I don't like doing rows. I like doing the blocks. So now we're just going to fold this down, and I'm going to line up my two four patch seams first. There are a lot of seams on this one. So while it's basic, it might not be as easy. Now these, however, that one lined up, but they might not all line up. So we're just gonna do our best. Pinning every one of them in the beginning. So see, this one didn't match up, but I'm not gonna turn it because it's already sewn here and on the other side. So we're just going to hope for the best. And this one also doesn't match up, but again, I'm not all that worried about it. And then one at the end. And I'm actually going to go sew that up. Since there's so many seams, I'm going to sew that up and then come back and do the other side. So I'll be right back. All right, this one does not matter which way you iron it. Same amount of seams. All right, so now we're just gonna do it this way. Fold this up, line up the middle one. That's not how I did it last time, but that's how I'm doing it this time. And work my way out. These all lined up, you guys. I don't know if I could have done that better if I tried. No, these might not though. No, it does. Oh my gosh, it was perfect the entire way down. All right, I'm gonna go sew that up and I'll be right back. Okay, it's done. Oh, that puckered. Let's open it up. All right, there you have it. Mini postage stamp. It's block 12. All right, now I'm going to go cut my batting and my backing, which will also be red, and I'll be right back. All right, let's line her up. Way crooked. It's okay though. You just have to work with it a little bit. There we have it. That looks pretty good. So I'll put some pins in it. Let me grab my backup pin cushion. I used all my big ones. All right, now I'm just going to quilt them all. I asked in several videos. Nobody really seems interested in seeing me quilt them, which I completely get. I mean, it's all going to be the same. They're all going to have the X and the plus sign, cross, whatever. So I'm going to quilt them, and I'll see you in the next video when we attach them all. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you next time.